Often, a good poem is what falling in love at first sight is all about. We are stirred, churned, spiced, sliced, and we are never the same again. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. Flutter. Here we are, innocent and excited again. My chase has culminated in your favors. I have feasted on you and lay back satiated, knowing you as a child curled in my arms, breathless, ragged, your breath now, gulps of air, and then a slow release of disengagement, repositioning, curling around me like your arms, your marinas empty of storms, asking me to not let go, because there was a world to deal with and a flutter in the solar plexus asking to be resolved. Can we drift together, you ask, and I say, the day has plans marked out for us, and you say, but I want to sleep. The expectations of your open lips call, and I move towards you. There's time to be hungry later, and a cup of tea. And we sleep not knowing where you end and where I begin. So much of what we do is a matter of awakenings and slumber. Literally and figuratively, we go to sleep in doubt and awaken with certitudes. But ironically, the importance lies in the drift, because that's when we are true to ourselves and not berating the universe for its shingle or rust. The magic is in the moment. To love, to ease into lovemaking, and then to sigh into remission are life's unasked-for gifts. For us to know that whatever the flutter vicissitudes would bring into our worlds, there is always the concomitant joy of paradise found. Because there are truths to discover and reconfirm, lies to uncover and not pay attention to, a life to ease oneself into. We are always afraid of the first time. The anticipation ties knots inside us, and the expectation of disaster shackles our nerves. It's a worn-out cliche now to talk about finding excitement beyond the pale of risk. In reality, there's just one moment which could turn our life over, to be present, to be available, to let ourselves be the handmaiden of the moment. We are changed merely because we let ourselves ease through closed doors with the belief that the arc lights were always ours. As author Anne Lamott says so eloquently, grace always meets you exactly where you are, but does not leave you where it found you. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you were listening to Uncut Poetry. Did you know that I've started a newsletter called The Uncuts? It's a weekly, and it is full of grace and music and art and poetry. Get the link in the show notes. And did you like this episode? If you did, you must share it with someone you love. And why not follow Uncut Poetry on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, JioSaavn, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts, so you don't miss a single episode. See you next week.